Naughty Girl Confessions. Coming Out, Lesbian First Time Sex. Written by Laura Vixen. Narrated by Jessica Howard. The knock on the front door disturbed Gillian's concentration, and she looked up from the magazine article she'd been perusing. It got her the sight of the coursework she was really supposed to be doing, and she scowled as she stared at the empty page on the open notepad. Her parents would probably go nuts if they knew she was wasting time yet again, but they'd gone out for the evening and left her alone in the apartment. The sound of the knocking came to her again to take her attention away from the papers on the bed, and for a briefest of moments, she wondered if it was actually her mom and dad returning early. It seemed unlikely, though. They would have taken their keys, so wouldn't be knocking on the door, and she pushed the unwanted thought from her mind. Getting up from the bed, she closed the magazine before walking out of the room to make her way along to the front door. She opened it to the sight of a familiar face. "Oh, hey," she said. "What are you doing here?" "Have you completed that coursework Mr. Harrison gave us?" Sarah asked. Gillian put a rueful smile on her face as she stared at her college classmate. "I was just trying to convince myself to get started with it," she said. "Come on in." She stepped aside to let her friend walk inside and then closed the door. "Are you here on your own?" Sarah asked. "Yeah, my parents went out for a meal and a movie this evening," Gillian replied. "They won't be back till later. I intend to use the peace and quiet to get the coursework started, but haven't been able to motivate myself yet." "I know the feeling," Sarah said and laughed. Gillian motioned her head before strolling back along the hallway to her bedroom. She closed the door when Sarah stepped inside, then moved across the room to pick up the notepad. "That's the sum total of my efforts," she said. "Impressive, isn't it?" "It matches mine," Sarah replied as she stared at the empty page. "I've tried to begin work on the coursework a few times this week, but usually find something else more important to do within 5 minutes." "Like making a sandwich or something?" Gillian joked. "Yep," Sarah said and smirked. "Any old excuse will do." Gillian threw the notebook back down on the bed and picked up the magazine. "This was my excuse," she said as she held it up. "My parents would not be impressed with me." "Is there anything interesting in it?" Sarah asked. "Find out for yourself," Gillian said and handed it over. "Do you want some fruit juice?" "Yeah, go on then," Sarah said. Gillian nodded her head before walking out of the room to make her way along to the kitchen. She moved over to a cabinet to get a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?